Teddy Bridgewater was officially introduced yesterday. He'll be the starter at least for 2020. And P.J. Walker, previously known as Philip Walker, signed away from the XFL. Yesterday was the day that teams could begin signing XFL players. And the best player in the XFL, star for the Houston Roughnecks, who were 5-0 before the XFL had to shut down due to the COVID-19 situation, he is reunited with Matt Rule, who was with P.J. Walker at Temple. Now he'll be in a position to compete to be the backup to Teddy Bridgewater. He did some great things in the XFL. Chris, I know you didn't watch it. Your loss. P.J. Walker was very, very good running and throwing the ball, and it was just a matter of time before he landed in the NFL. Multiple teams were looking at him. The Seahawks had multiple scouts at his last game, and the Panthers, with that connection to Matt Rule, reel him in.
Yeah, I get it. And, you're right. I didn't watch XFL. I watched P.J. Walker, though. There was a number of times where I caught him on TV, saw the highlights, certainly heard about what he was doing. He was impressive even when he was, with the Colts, in preseason football. He's got a quick release. He throws perfect spirals. He's very accurate. I think a lot of people thought this would happen, that he would end up back with Matt Rule. Makes a lot of sense. He's got a similar skill set to Teddy Bridgewater. So that'll make for a nice quarterback room. But good for P.J. Walker. As a guy, we like to see those success stories. A guy that takes advantage of an opportunity that's given to him. He took it. He was the star of that league, and hopefully or at least he hopes he can revive his career in the NFL and get a chance to play there at some point.
Another guy who had a decent season with the XFL, Jordan Ta'amu, he has been signed by the Kansas City Chiefs. He'll have a chance to compete to be on the depth chart behind Patrick Mahomes. And with the Carolina Panthers picking up P.J. Walker, Chris, they were able to unload one of their quarterbacks, a guy who ultimately played in 13 games last year with 12 starts, Kyle Allen. He gets sent to Washington, reunites with former Panthers coach Ron Rivera, and the Panthers get a fifth-round pick for their trouble. That's not bad when you sign a guy undrafted in Kyle Allen, and you can flip him for a fifth-round pick a couple of years later if your new coaching staff decides he's not going to fit with what they're trying to do.
No doubt. Well, and we're seeing, coaches feel warm and cozy with the people they know. Matt Rule signs P.J. Walker. Yeah, Ron Rivera knows Kyle Allen. Scott Turner, the offensive coordinator there in Washington, he wants to implement a system. You need to have a quarterback in the room, in the building that understands the system and can go out and run practice, be a tutor to Dwayne Haskins at this point. Listen, I don't think Kyle Allen's coming in here to challenge Dwayne Haskins as the starting quarterback. But if things fell apart for Dwayne Haskins, now you have a guy to sit here and go, hey, we trust Kyle Allen. He knows the offense. He played a lot last year. He had some great moments. He really did. I don't think he's a starting quarterback caliber type talent. But I think Kyle Allen is one of the better backups in football now and into the future here for a few years. So makes a lot of sense for the Washington Redskins and their coaching staff.
It makes me wonder where Alex Smith fits in the equation. He has said he wants to play. Ron Rivera has said don't rule out Alex Smith. And it feels like Ron Rivera is a little ambivalent about Dwayne Haskins. I just wonder how this is all going to play out in the coming weeks and months, especially if there's no offseason program for Ron Rivera to get an early look at how Alex Smith is performing if he's able to get on the field, how Dwayne Haskins looks, how hard is he working. Chris, and we haven't delved down this rabbit hole yet this morning, but the more I think about where we currently are in society and I think about these group gatherings and the facilities shut down, if there's an offseason program, the players are going to be in the same situation that a lot of people are right now, which is they are going to be working at home. They're going to be participating in meetings from home. They're going to be working out on their own at home.
Right.
It's going to require a hell of a lot of discipline. It's going to be a real test for younger players who may be still in the process of maturing to embrace everything they need to do without being in that group that applies via peer pressure and just presents the impetus to do what you need to do. You're going to have to prove to be a self-starter on a consistent basis to get to where you need to be in this offseason program.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be easy for players, coaches, anybody. Man, poor new head coaches in the NFL trying to implement your system, with nobody in the building, the young quarterbacks of the league, like you're mentioning, that's going to be really difficult. Hey, yeah, you can learn through video conference, FaceTime, whatever it may be. You can do all your workouts. You can go over to the field and throw footballs. But can you get useful, like walk-through reps? You know, the actual getting in the moment. I'm in the shotgun and I'm seeing the blitz come, and I've got to get the experience of the walkthrough and the practice and all of that. Yeah, players are going to miss that, and it's going to hurt the young players more than anybody. So it's not going to be easy. You're going to see how these teams are going to adjust. I don't know how they're going to do it, but we saw it a little bit not too long ago in the strike year. We saw good old Jimmy Harbaugh, right? My favorite coach in football. But he had a successful San Francisco 49er team, right, on a strike year. And that's when he went in with Jim Schwartz and gave him the aggressive handshake because Jim Schwartz had told him it was going to be tough to have a successful year without an offseason. So if Jim Harbaugh can do it, I'm saying anybody can do it.
Well, Schwartz took it farther than that. He was telling me you have no chance, just no chance.
Right.
It's like, why even bother, basically? But here's the thing, and this is where teams need to be thinking creatively. They need to fashion an offseason program that does indeed embrace the technologies that are available to ensure that guys are engaged in these meetings, that they are teaching them effectively through their web connections, that they are working out at home, and that they are accountable, because you've got hundreds of thousands of dollars in workout bonuses that are tied to this as well. So, look, while we're in this weird state of limbo, and it's not like the NFL is going to make any announcements prematurely on anything they plan to do, every team should be coming up with a way to implement the offseason program with all of their players at home.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.